day 27 of the 28 days of Pilates, just 2 more days left. I hope you've been enjoying this time with me. I hope that you've learned new things about your body. If you want to continue learning and continue just staying consistent with your mat workouts, and you want more accountability and more sort of personal connection, come check out my Core Club. Your first week is free. I have all the information down below. I'd love to have you. We do Zoom calls or Zoom workouts. We have a calendar of workouts you can follow, pre-recorded workouts. So there's a library and there's also the live aspect. So a place where you can connect with fellow Core Clubbers. But it's a really great place and would love to have you. So with that being said, let's mobilize. So before we start kind of mobilizing our joints, I do want to warm up the core a little bit so that you feel like you're connected. So take a connection breath here, just an inhale through the nose. Exhale out to the mouth. Just sort of let everything go that's been going on and bring your attention to here and now on the mat. How about another breath for me? Inhale. Maybe stretch everything. As you inhale, let it lift up, let it go. And just release. Good. Okay. So finding your connection here, nice and neutral. Let's just do some toe taps. Inhale, lift. So knee in. And then other one up. And exhale down. So just sort of marching back and forth. Finding your scoop in your breath. Your stable pelvis. And then take one leg up, hold it there, bring the other leg up, find your tabletop, and we'll tap this way. And you can go fast or slow, whatever you'd like to do. Just, you want to keep that spine from popping up. So really lengthen that back into the mat, no jamming. Find those natural curves. Good, and then take those legs up to tabletop, bring your arms up. Find this sort of like a little dead bug position. Release your ankles and feet, no tension there. Arms up, anchor your shoulders. So on our next inhale, I want you to prepare. So find your belly scoop. And then on your exhale, you're just going to stretch opposite arm and leg. And then inhale, bring it back to center, switch sides. Exhale, reach. Inhale down. And you can play with your leg placement. So if you want to start to reach a little bit lower, if you feel like you're ready for that, let your arm go as well. Wherever you think you are good. Good. Now take both legs up. Squeeze your legs together. We're going to try to tap those toes down towards the floor. As you reach your arms away from you as well, inhale it back in. And exhale, no low back lifting. So I want you to just go to a place where you really can stay connected and keep the arms the same distance. So if you're just going down a little bit, the arms go the same sort of angle. And if those feet are going further, the arms go further. Squeeze those thighs together. And find your own pace and rhythm with it. Good. And then anchor the arms in a low V. Take your knees over to one side. Come back to center. And the other way. Your arms can get more of a T as well, if that feels good. Just sort of anchoring the upper body, letting the lower body rotate. Good. And then come to center. Bring those legs down. We're going to turn it and get some upper back rotation, so 90-degree angle at the knees. I want you to just sort of cradle your head here. We're going to take an inhale, and then exhale as you open. Keep your knees stacked. I want you to stay for an inhale here as you try to go a little deeper. And then exhale as you close it back in. Inhale the elbow up. Exhale, rotate. Stay and find a deep breath in the ribs. And exhale. Good, one more time. Yay, good job. Other side. All right, so just kind of cradle your head, line up your spine and hips and knees. Inhale, exhale. Stay for an inhale, exhale. Keep pushing that top knee forward. Try not to let the hips slide back with you. You don't want to force anything, but you do want to try to stay so just the spine is rotating and not the hips. Good. All right, let's turn to our stomach. Hands, little goalposts, squeeze your thighs together. And inhale, the chest comes up. Exhale down. 2 more times, really reaching the spine long. Those sort of butt bones reach back in opposition. 1 more time, hold it up there. If you want to continue to lift, feel free. And lower down. And we'll do that 2 more times where the upper body starts. The arms start to lift. 1 more time. Good, hands on the forehead. Let's just lift one leg, open up those hips. Inhale, exhale. Good, really try to keep sort of the pubic bone down as you reach and lift and see what that does for you. Try not to go in the low back. We really want to try to anchor that pelvis, hips and pubic bone in the same plane, right? Good. And then sit back to the heels. Come to all fours. Let's do some cats. So take an inhale here. Exhale, tuck. Inhale as you open into extension. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, open. 1 more time. Now I really want to work the stability of the shoulders, so find your neutral and let the shoulders just pull towards one another and then away. Really trying not to change the shape of the spine, really just finding the shoulders sliding along the upper back. Good, and then stay right here and then just shift your weight forward and back for a little wrist stretch. You're not tucking or extending the spine, you're just really trying to keep that spine nice and long. Good, then come to center. We're going to walk our hands a little bit more forward. We're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to lift those hips up and find an inverted V. And then just lower and lift the heels down and lift up. And press down and lift up. Good. And now we're going to press them down, lift up. We're going to tuck, scoop, go out and find a plank. Good. And then you can open up into extension if you're okay with that. And then find neutral, lift up. We bend or lower the heels, lift the hips, tuck, scoop. Feel free to open into extension if you are okay with that. Good, and this rolling through the ball of the foot. And feeling your support. Good, now stay right here as our hips stay lifted. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna find our plank position, really settle there. And then take your right foot, bring it to the outside of your right elbow. And then just hold there into that stretch. Good, if you need to adjust, go ahead. Now we're going to take your right elbow. We're going to try to press it as close towards the floor as you can. We're going to open it up and then stretch it up. Again, we take our elbow down towards the floor and we open it up. 1 more time. Slide it down and bring it up. Find that twist. Really push into that bottom arm to find more of a twist. Come back in. The hand is in the center there and just stretch there. You roll through the ball of the foot behind you as you find a deeper stretch. And then you can drop your bottom knee. You can kind of press your elbows down and press back up. 2 more. Good. Excellent. And then we're going to take our hand to either side of this leg, square it off more, and just push your hips back for a little hamstring stretch. And again, we're going to take it forward. Good. And then we push it back. lengthen out of that spine. Try to get all 5 toes equally towards your chest. One more time. Press it back. Good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate or sort of turn my leg a little bit so my heel of this foot is on my left hip. All right. Sort of just line that up. You can stay up. Just sort of lift that chest and feel the stretch in that hip. You can also go down if you want. Press it down and then just walk it back up and see if you can press a little bit more into that. Open up. And again, just sort of at your own pace. Squaring off those hips as much as you can. If you want to cushion underneath your right hip or butt bone, you can. It feels good to sometimes have some support there. And just hold it for a minute as you sort of rock back and forth. Good. And then you're going to come on up. And we're just going to sort of settle it and find those 2 90-degree angles that we've worked before. And then just hold that and try to sit up as tall as you can. Good. Just lengthening into that. And then just lift your bottom foot. Stay tall and then press that foot down and lift taller. Good. And we'll go side to side. Over. Stay tall. Lift. Good. And over again. Stay here. Lift tall. Good. All right, so now we're going to take this foot, we're going to bring it back down, swing it back, sit back, tuck your toes under, lift those hips up, press it up, lower those heels. We lift the heels, we tuck, scoop, and find an opening. Again, lift, tuck, scoop, or I like to say tuck, scoop because my belly is really working, but it's the heels lowering and lifting as well. One more time. Lower lift, feel my belly really connect to help me scoop here, open. Good, now find your plank, take your left foot to your left elbow. Really just sort of find that. We're gonna take our left elbow, bring it down towards the floor, and we open it up and reach. Good, we take it down. So as you reach that elbow down, that's where you're getting the stretch in your hip, right? And now, hold your rotation, really push into that bottom arm that's under your bottom shoulder and push into that to help deeper rotation. Bring your hands square and then just rock forward and back. Good. You're going to drop to your knee, drop down to your elbows, and then push back up. Down to the elbows and back up one more time. Good. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come kind of towards the center here and just rock back. Feel that stretch. Get all 5 toes towards your chest. Stick your booty out. Nice long spine. And then bring it back in as you press your pelvis sort of down a little bit. All right, 2 more. Shoulders stay connected on your back. 1 more. Good, and then we come forward, and I'm going to take the heel of this foot, bring it sort of right underneath my hip bone if I can. You can also make it more of a 90-degree angle bend. You just sort of sit in this as I try to stay square. Place a cushion right under there if you're feeling super tight. I'm just going to walk forward. Really try to lengthen more, and bring it back up with support. And again, you can always hold a stretch if you want, if you don't want to mobilize or move. Good, square those shoulders, square those hips as much as possible. I'm going to stay here for a little bit and just sort of rock a little. And then come on up and try to sit with 2 90-degree angles. All right, trying to sit up as tall as you can. Lift that back foot, roll the hip forward, and then sit up. Good, and I'm going to just go side, feel that, and side. Good, and then bring it back in, scoot it back. Tuck your toes under. Good, and feel that stretch right into the foot. Good. And I'm gonna come right here. Maybe come down to my elbows a little bit. Take my hand behind my head. And I'm gonna inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Good. Come back to center. Sitting those hips, find that long spine. Hand behind the head, inhale, open. And exhale, center. 2 more. Good. Excellent. Come to center here. Walk your hands forward. Lift your hips up and just press your chest down. Good. And then bring your toes back down as we sit back to the feet. And then roll it on up through the spine. And give me a little side bend here. And another way. And 1 more each side. And come to center. Good. And just hold right here as you're sort of pressing into your ankle joints. Good. And then let's have a seat. And crisscross those legs. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes for a second. I always like to rebalance after sort of moving my body like that. It can be a lot of stretch for many of us. So just sort of just settle the nervous system here and breathe. Center. And see when you're sitting here if you can sort of let go of your hips. And again, if you need to sit on top of something or sit in a different way, that's totally fine. Good. And then from here, just sort of float your arms up on an inhale. And exhale, bring it right to center. Yay, good job. I hope you enjoyed this sort of movement pattern. And if you want or have any questions, please use the comment section below. We'd love to sort of have a conversation with you and see what you're thinking. All right, so thanks so much for being here. We have 1 day left. I'm kind of sad about it, I have to admit. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for a full body routine. I actually asked for suggestions from my private Facebook group on what exercises are their favorite so that I can add it to tomorrow's workout. So that's just what I'm going to do. All right, so I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.